Life can flip upside down in the blink of an eye. For Daniel Hayes, it happened in a courtroom. After 10 years of marriage, his wife, Mercy, had filed for divorce. She walked in wearing diamonds, confident she would walk out richer. Daniel? He came with nothing but quiet dignity and a determination to keep moving forward. When the judge divided their assets, Mercy smirked. She claimed the mansion, the vacation house, the jewelry, and the investments. Daniel was left with almost nothing. Almost. In the corner of the garage sat an old, rusted car, Daniel's late father's 1967 Mustang Fastback. Its paint was faded, its tires flat, its engine barely clinging to life. Mercy laughed when Daniel insisted on keeping it. "You really want that junk?" she scoffed. Daniel's eyes didn't waver. "Yes, that's all I'll take." The courtroom echoed with Mercy's laughter. "Fine. Enjoy your pile of rust." She thought she had won everything, but she had no idea what that car truly was. The day after the divorce, Mercy strutted into her new mansion like a queen returning to her castle. She had her jewelry, her designer clothes, and her pride. Friends came over to congratulate her, sipping champagne by the pool. Daniel got nothing, Mercy bragged. Just that old piece of junk car in the garage. Can you believe it? He actually fought for it. Her friends laughed, echoing her scorn. Some people never outgrow their sentimental toys. One said, "Maybe he'll use it as a doghouse." Another joked. Meanwhile, across town, Daniel drove the Mustang slowly, its engine coughing like a dying animal. Every stoplight, people stared, not out of admiration, but pity. But Daniel didn't care. His father had once told him, "Son, true value is often hidden under layers of rust." Those words stayed. Daniel parked the car outside his tiny rented apartment. His neighbors raised eyebrows. "Looks like that thing belongs in a junkyard." One muttered, "Man, you really lost the divorce lottery." Another said. Daniel only smiled faintly. He ran his hand along the corroded hood, feeling every dent. Inside, the car smelled of old leather, oil, and faint cigarette smoke, exactly how his father had left it years ago. That night, Daniel couldn't sleep. He sat by the window, staring at the car under the dim streetlight. Something about it kept pulling at him. He whispered to himself, "There's more to you, isn't there?" The following weekend, Daniel rolled up his sleeves and began cleaning. The paint flaked off in his hands. The trunk was stiff, but when he finally pried it open, he froze. Inside lay a small lockbox. It was heavy, metallic, and engraved with initials. J.H., his father's name, Jonathan Hayes. Daniel's pulse quickened. He had never seen this box before. He tried to force it open, but it wouldn't budge. He placed it aside, curiosity gnawing at him. What had his father hidden? Meanwhile, Mercy flaunted her victory. She bought a new luxury car, hired photographers, and posted pictures online with captions like, "Freedom looks fabulous." In one post, she mocked Daniel directly. "Some men walk away with fortune, some with trash. Guess which one I divorce." Her friends laughed in the comments. Daniel saw the post. For a brief moment, anger burned inside him, but instead of replying, he went back to the Mustang, because deep down he knew trash could sometimes hold treasure. Daniel brought the Mustang to an old mechanic, Mr. Alvarez, who had known his father. Alvarez circled the car, whistling. "She looks rough, but don't be fooled. Cars like this, they're rare. And if your dad tinkered with it the way I think he did..." "What do you mean?" Daniel asked. The mechanic leaned closer, lowering his voice. "Your father was a genius. He never showed everything he had. I wouldn't be surprised if this car hides more than just steel." Daniel's heart pounded. Could his father have left him something hidden inside the Mustang? Late at night, Daniel sat in the Mustang with a flashlight. He tapped along the dashboard, the doors, the trunk. Then thunk, a hollow sound. Behind the passenger seat, a loose panel shifted. He pulled it out carefully and found bundles of old documents sealed in wax. His father's handwriting scrawled across them. One note read, "To my son, what others call rust, you will call gold. Look deeper." Daniel's hands trembled. This was no ordinary car. It was a vault. That same week, Mercy hosted another party. Guests lounged by the pool, sipping cocktails. Someone asked, "So what did Daniel end up with?" Mercy laughed, flipping her hair. "A rust bucket. I heard it stalls in the middle of the street. Honestly, it matches him. Slow, useless, embarrassing." Laughter erupted. Glasses clinked. Cameras flashed. But while Mercy mocked, Daniel sat in his dim garage, unraveling clue after clue. He wasn't chasing parties. He was chasing truth. The locked metal box from the trunk still haunted him. Finally, Daniel took it to a discreet locksmith. The old man studied the box, tapped it, then said, "This isn't just any lock. It's custom. Whoever made this wanted to protect something valuable." When the box finally opened, Daniel gasped. Inside lay a set of rare golden ingots, small but unmistakably pure. Alongside them were old stock certificates, signed decades ago, from companies that had since grown into global giants. The car wasn't just a vehicle. It was a hidden treasure chest. News travels fast in small circles. A neighbor who saw Daniel with the gold whispered it to someone at Mercy's party. The next morning, Mercy called him, her voice sharp but curious. "Daniel, I hear you've been fixing up that old car. Why don't you bring it by? Maybe I underestimated it." Daniel chuckled quietly. "You did, but don't worry, you'll see soon enough." Mercy frowned, irritation gnawing at her. For the first time, she wondered if her laughter had been premature. Weeks later, Daniel stood at a private auction house. The Mustang, still dusty and unpolished, sat under the lights. Experts surrounded it, murmuring. One appraiser exclaimed, "This isn't rust. This is a limited edition Shelby prototype. Barely any exist. And with these hidden modifications, it's priceless." The bids began, million after million. By the time the gavel struck, Daniel walked away with a check large enough to silence every doubt he'd ever faced. Mercy showed up at his doorstep the next day, her tone suddenly soft, almost pleading. "Daniel, maybe we rushed things. We could start over. I was wrong about the car." Daniel looked at her, calm and steady. "No, Mercy, you weren't wrong about the car. You were wrong about me." He closed the door, leaving her stunned on the porch. Later, as Daniel drove a restored Mustang, gleaming under the sun, its rust polished away, he whispered to himself, "Dad, you were right. Rust can hide gold." What Mercy thought was worthless had become his triumph. What others mocked became his redemption. Mercy once laughed when Daniel left with nothing but a rusted car. His neighbors mocked him. Strangers pitied him. But in the end, that car carried a legacy, one worth far more than mansions, jewelry, or shallow pride. And Daniel, he didn't just gain wealth. He gained peace. Backhand index pointing right, the lesson is simple. Don't laugh at what looks small. Don't mock what looks broken. Because sometimes what looks like rust is solid gold. Sparkles, if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring tales.